day after Waters Road was shot up, and then earlier in the morning before he was arrested, Your Honor. So we think that.
So the Waters Road, what time?
So Waters Road occurred at approximately 12 a.m. on March 16th.
So midnight going from the 15th to the 16th?
Yes, Your Honor.
So these are about 26 hours later.
Okay, and so these are things that he accessed over a full day later that deal with the fact that
Mr.
Drinks had been killed.
Yes, Your Honor.
Over 3 days after.
Well,
Drinks had been killed.
right. And just that he accessed them. We don't know if it was him looking them up or somebody sending him a link and
Correct,
him
Your Honor.
hitting it or whatever.
But the fact that
Okay,
searches
that
for
he,
that particular murders in his phone.
Well, we keep saying search.
that's, yeah. Are you showing that he searched for, like he sat down and typed into Google, Fox 5 Atlanta, Drinks killing?
Or that this website information is in his phone. We believe it's from a search of going.
He accessed it. You
Yes.
don't know whether he searched for it or whether somebody sent him a link and said, oh my gosh, look at what just happened.
Right. At some point, it opened up on his phone. So whether he searched it himself or someone sent it, it was accessed on his phone. Yes, Your Honor.
I'm going to object to under 403, and the reason is
There's a big difference between, oh, I'm going to go look at this information under the state's theory that I'm the one that committed it. Let me find out what is being published about it versus somebody sends me a link. Oh my gosh. And who knows whether these people even know each other, but assuming they did, so-and-so got killed. Oh, wow, let me see.
You're right, but I think there is some relevance that there are multiple shootings, especially after.
So
And what else is going to come into evidence, Your Honors, are going to be other posts. I believe it's Mr. Stillwell's post after Mr. McMillan, Mr. Ford is murdered, that says we're not going to be the only ones crying tonight. So the fact that after the murder of Mr. Drinks, that there are any searches or any information sent to him about the murder of Mr. Drinks is extremely relevant, given that
3 days later,
But
if it was like 2 hours later, it might be extremely relevant.
But
3 days later, it might be relevant because relevance is a low standard. But the argument on the other side is it's overly prejudicial.
But it's also after their home was shot up and after we believe that when police went to the house, when police responded to that location, that very soon after police responded, all of the stuff in that home was gone by the time police responded to that location. That very soon after police responded, all of the stuff in that home was gone by the time police did a search warrant on that house on March 17th. So the fact that you are group searching at 2:30 in the morning, or this information is being sent to you at 2:30 in the morning, is relevant. This is still within only
2:30 in the morning, 3 days after Drinks is killed and over Waters Road home is shot up,
And I
right?
believe that's still information that is relevant and not substantially prejudicial, overly prejudicial, because of what is happening between these two gangs for the days leading up.
Between these two gangs, except that you have yet to establish that Mr. Drinks was in a rival gang. You're saying you're going to be able to do that?
We're going to be able to show that he was at least associating with individuals. The individual Barter, who he was with the day that he was murdered, is a member of YFN. We have other pictures that are going to come out very soon, that will come out through investigative Riverito, we believe, that show that after this murder, they did not know who initially on day one. However, very soon, they saw other YFN members reposting him, saying, rest in peace. That is when they learned of his association with YFN. And again, specifically, the individual who is known as Barter is also Christian Johnson. That is the person who was in the car with him. So the state will establish that there was an association, at least with a number of YFN members, given what was posted
All right,
in the
and
hours
you're
afterwards.
not necessarily going to be able, I don't even hear you saying you're going to be able to establish that Mr. Stillwell knew that Mr. Drinks was an associate of YFN. They're just, I mean, it's an inference to be made, is that right?
It is an inference
Okay.
because there's a picture that was posted on at least March 12th in which Mr. Shell Keller, Kelvin Watts, reposted a picture with Mr. Drinks, an individual by the name of Jasper Walters, who is a known YFN member, and Shell Kell, that has two shell emojis and two black zipper emojis, and we believe those emojis subliminally
You're using the word wrong again, but, okay. Like a hidden message.
A hidden
which is not the same
message.
thing as subliminal, but okay.
Oh, okay. So that we believe that those two messages were a message that they may have been the ones responsible for the death of McMiller and Ford. So those Instagram posts, which are relevant, we believe will come in. So to establish that it is relevant that he would be even concerned about this,
Okay.
or that then his
Accessing
phone-
a news article does not in any way indicate you are concerned about
Okay, not
anything. You have accessed a news article.
So when you access the news article and it appears multiple times,
Okay, and you do not know whether he searched it or whether somebody sent him the link. Is that right?
that is true, Your Honor.
Okay.
But the fact that people are sending the link of that particular murder, and we have calls on the wiretap in which they talk about, I think there's a call with Demekion Garlington in which people ask, why did they shoot up the house? And Demekion Garlington says, because their homeboy got killed in Mechanicsville last night. This is what,
And in that is that the day after Drinks is killed?
this is a few days later after Drinks is killed.
No, when Garlington says, because homeboy got killed last night.
Oh, excuse me, yes, that one, but there's some other ones as well. So I think that this is relevant and not substantially prejudicial given the timeline of what has occurred between really March.
The yet to be established timeline. Okay.
Yes, Your Honor, but that's because we're still putting.
I know you're still putting evidence up. I know.
And my 403 objection isn't just prejudice, it's also confusion to the jury, because, and I think this is kind of proving my point or my argument in some ways, because what I'm